Hi, I'm the Rick at Rick Turns, and today's video is... Hi, I'm Rick Morris. This is the Rick Turns channel. For today's project, I'm going to be... It's summertime in Georgia. There are bugs all over the place. I probably should close the door. Okay, I've got this bowl blank that I roughed out. This bowl blank that I roughed out about 4 years ago. Can't get rid of the pesky things. And what I'm going to do with this is, that's it. That's going to be a mess to clean up. Maybe I should start over again. Hi, this is Rick Morris on the Rick Turns channel. And for today's project, I'm going to be using this roughed out bowl. I roughed this out about 4 years ago, I think, maybe 5. And I'm going to turn it down to the right. So I'm going to turn it down round first, of course. Then I'm going to get the sides and the bottom down to a normal thickness. Right now, it's still pretty thick for drying. And then what I'm going to do is some gold leaf work, or I should say metal gilding work, but because I'm not really using gold leaf. Now I've got some various packages of leaf here. This is a gold colored leaf. It's not really gold. This is a silver colored leaf. It's not really silver. This is a copper colored leaf. I don't know if it's really copper or not. But I'm going to be taking those and I'm going to put a band all the way around the outside of this, probably in the gold color. I think I'll probably even dye the outside red before I start putting on the leaf. Now I got this idea. I recently saw a new video from John Clothier. John, sorry if I mispronounced your name there, but really, how many different ways are there to pronounce John? And then I watched another metal leafing project from John. After that, I searched and found several other videos from wood turners who do some gilding on their projects. And then I expanded the search and I looked at people who were doing metal gilding on picture frames and just all kinds of stuff. Teapots, or maybe it was a sugar pot, I'm not sure. And after that, I even expanded the search some more and found a video about a man who was complaining about his mother-in-law making him feel guilty. I think that might actually be where I misspelled the search term. Instead of gilding, I put something else. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Let's go over to the lathe and get started on this. First thing I'm going to have to do, this recess here has warped considerably since I turned it, as has the whole bowl, and I did not leave enough here so that I could widen this recess. So what I'm going to have to do now is cut another recess. Going to cut this away, cut a new recess in there. That's about 700 RPM there, and my tool is dull. As you can see, I have finished the outside, reversed it, smoothed it out one more time because it never goes back in perfect when you reverse it. So now we're nice and round on the outside. The interior turning is finished. The exterior is in excellent condition. And now I just need to sand it. After I sand it, I move on to the next step, which will be dyeing the outside. Sanding is all done. And now I'm ready to put on the dye. This is an aniline dye, water-based aniline dye. Going to put it on all over with a little foam brush like that, and then going to let that dry. And I'm just going to brush it all over at the moment with the lathe off, and then I'll get around to the next step, which is brushing it on with the lathe running. Well, there's one step I forgot. That is to mark these lines in here. Mark a couple of lines in here. I'm going to put a couple of burn lines, one on each side of the area that's going to be gilded. And I'm going to go ahead and burn in the lines. The fairly thick piece of wire. Well, I finished up on the burn lines. They look okay now, and I've also put on a coat of sanding sealer on the whole thing. So what I'm going to do now is find a starting point. I'm going to use that as a starting point. I'm going to put on some gold leaf adhesive sizing. I'm going to be using a little acid brush here to put the sizing on with, and I'm definitely going to try and keep it within the burn lines. That's maybe a quarter of the bowl. I'm going to stop right there for the moment. Oh yeah. Okay. And this is a special gilding brush. As far as I can tell, it's just a soft brush. This gilding leaf, it comes in about 5-inch squares, and I've cut it down to be fairly small here, as you can see. Whoops. So I'm going to put sizing on the rest of it. My sizing, I think, is ready. I'm going to try some more. The first go around didn't work all that great. I sanded it back down. I didn't sand it down to bare wood or anything, but I just did sand off all the parts that were kind of lumpy or whatever, and had some stuck along the edges and so forth and so on. So I put on another coat of sizing, and now I'm going to try it again. Probably should have done the masking tape the first time around as well. Well, that is looking better than the first cut. Still got some lumpy areas. And I am going to let this set up for a while. And now it is time to remove the tape here and see what I've got. Okay, that strip looks good. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to take, this is one of the backing papers from the foil. Just going to run it over here and try and smooth out everything if there's anything left to be smoothed out. Now I'm going to use my burning wire again just to crisp up this edge here between the foil and the burned line. All right, last step, well, almost the last step anyway. I'm going to put some lacquer on here, spray lacquer. I don't have any actual spraying equipment, so I just buy the can. I don't use lacquer much. One other time I used it, it didn't turn out that great, so I'm going to try it out here. Lathe running at a real slow speed. See how it does. And let's put some on the front here, on the top. And on the interior. So it looks on the inside, it's okay. And I'm definitely putting it on too heavy. I got a few build-up marks there. Yeah, I put it on too heavy. I am going to let that set up for a while, and then I'm going to hit it with some sandpaper along here, not on top of the gold leaf, which would probably be disastrous. And let's see, yep, same problem with the inside. Definitely put it on too heavy there. All right, this is a tip number 2 on the lacquer. I've sanded it down now, about 400 grit and 600 grit to get rid of the drips that I had before, so I'm going to be trying it again. I put more, sprayed on more lacquer on here, and I don't have any sags left. I had sanded all those off, and so I'm going to kind of declare this bowl is done and go ahead and take it off the lathe now. We've got a little bit of work left to do on the bottom, just to sand it a little bit. Maybe I'll put some dye in there and lacquer and so forth as well, but I'm not going to show that on camera. Well, I'd say this bowl is a roaring, unqualified success. Ha! Just kidding. Nah, I had a number of problems with this, probably because I have no experience with doing metal leafing or with lacquer. I think this is only about the second time I tried to use lacquer, and the first time I was using brushing lacquer. Anyway, the bowl turned out okay. It's not great. As you can see, I still got to finish off the bottom there. Had one or two problems with the gold leaf overall. A couple of places where I managed to get it bunched up or something, like right there. It doesn't look real good. So, I don't know. See you next video.